Hello interwebs, Grumpy Man is back. 2018, it's spring, kind of. So as you can see, lots of snow. It's, I think, 4 degrees. The roads are a little bit messy. This is the first time I've started her. Put my handguards back in. Needed a little bit of air in the tires. Oil's good. Still due for my service, so I gotta get that sorted. So it'd be a bit of a short ride, but I haven't been on. It's my first ride, like I said. It's been a long and horrible winter that's still not over, apparently. Today we're the, what are we? 24th, maybe, of March. And, of course, it starts like a charm. A little bit of smoke. The boxer stuff. We got a full tank. We're gonna need the heated grips, of course. Oh, that's a sound. It's beautiful. So yeah, we're supposed to get our last little snow next week. So just after this weekend coming up is Easter weekend. And then we're supposed to get snow. They said 20 centimeters, but I think it's going to be over the week. It's just going to be a messy week. 5 here, 5 there. Brakes are good. I may have knocked my mirrors a couple times. So I just managed to wedge my my car. Luckily my Focus, it's a little bit dirty. My Focus is not a big car. So she fits just, even with a scooter in there too. So yes, agree. There's my neighbor. He has a bike. He has a what is it called? He has an FJR. Yeah, the roads are. We had snow last night actually, just enough to make a little dusting. But I say the roads are bad because they haven't cleaned the roads yet. So there's gravel. They put sand. They put more sand than salt nowadays because the salt is bad. All right, let's take her out. Yeah, it's cool out. What does it say? 4? Yeah. So let's just be careful, take her around the neighborhood. So as you can see, so in Quebec we don't know how to make roads. You know, the government will say it's because we freeze thaw, and like this spring was probably a good example of that. That we got, you know, we went up to the +10, then a few days later we'd be -20. This is all in Celsius. So it does play havoc on the roads, but I don't know. And up ahead we have a lot of construction going on. So the big trucks are really destroying the roads. Like dump truck after dump truck after dump truck all day. So, oh man, it feels nice to be out on a bike. I actually haven't seen any out yet. Although my dealer posted a picture, someone went before the deadline. So Quebec, we have mandatory snow tire law. So December 15th to March 15th, you have to have snow tires on your car, which also means you can't ride a motorcycle unless you have the tires that have the little mud and snow symbol. I think it's a snowflake or a little triangle. And I know they make, there's some company that makes some for a couple sizes, but anyway, pretty much you're not allowed to ride a motorcycle. And some guy was out doing that. You can see it's tons of snow left, but it's I mean, these snowbanks on this side were 6 feet high about a month ago. Well, the bike seems to be fine. Heated grips are working. They're starting to post some test rides. So the BMW dealer that I deal with in June, they have a test ride I've signed up. And I just got to start looking more once the weather starts to settle down a bit. So I told you about construction. So these big fancy houses in the millions here, they were built on the hill going down to the water, and that hill, I think they knew, I don't know, big political intrigue in my little town. And anyway, they wait for government funding. So basically, let's go this way. There's just a lot of trucks, so one after another all day long, and they're in the thaw period, like it was warmer than today. 3.5 degrees. Yeah. And they put the limit to 30 when it's 50 because the trucks don't respect it, but instead of putting police there, they put it at 30. So yeah, I'm getting a lot of looks. Like I said, not a lot of motorcycles out. So this is Boulevard Perot. It goes basically around this whole island. Yeah, I'm really trying to feel now. The good thing about cold weather is it's kind of easy to test where your windshield is doing or not doing. So I feel that my helmet is in pretty much the air, and I feel it right above my breastbone. I can feel the air. I don't have my thermal lining in. I'm just wearing the waterproof liner. So bike's running good. It started first shot. That puff of oil smoke is apparently the boxers. It will take a bit of oil, and I don't know. I have no complaints about the engine. If I have to put about a half a liter of oil between oil changes, so I have to put maybe an extra liter a year, not so bad. It doesn't always do it, but it's been parked on its center stand for... I parked it, I guess, in November. Maybe a bit earlier. It was well, you can see over there, I don't know if GoPro catches it up, that's the Canadian Coast Guard hovercraft. I don't know if you're going to see it. You can just see the plume of snow. So it breaks up the ice when the hovercraft passes. So you can see here they've been passing. Ooh. Yeah, I didn't even wash my bike yet. My probably has a bit of dust on it. We were doing some construction in my house. Let's just put these down to 1. And yeah, she's a little bit dusty. That's okay. I also, what else is new? I joined there's a Quebec BMW Riders Association. It was like $30 to join, and they have events. Lots of rides. So I joined that. They were at the motorcycle show, the Montreal Motorcycle Show. Seemed like a nice bunch of people. It's not going to be a bunch of cruiser types with no equipment having a cigarette while they ride, kind of real bikers. So we'll see. A lot of GS guys. I did price replacing this with a GS, and since I still owe a bit of money on this, not a financially prudent thing. I could have done it. It would have been like too much money. So I'm just gonna wait. But I need to get a bigger windscreen. So people like the Wonderlic one. It's a bit expensive. There's that or a Puig. I think they're a little bit ugly, but for the summer, I like this one. It's just for like this type of weather. Yeah, it's flashing at me. The little snowflake on the dash saying there might be some ice. I might just turn around and come back this way. Short ride. I'm actually not cold right now, but I could certainly feel the on my chest of it. These bark busters work well. Otherwise, the heated grips do work, but if you take your hand off the grips for a second, you're like, you lose all your heat. Now it's not so bad. Although this one seems to be a bit cooler than the other one. I think I still have warranty, I think, for a bit. And like I said, have to go in for its 20,000 service. So check the oil change, check the valves, and check, well, it does a bunch of stuff. And maybe transmission. Or did I have that? Transmission, I mean shaft drive. I might have had that done. It's every other oil change, I think. Or whatever it is. It's not really an expensive thing. Can I see that guy? No. Right. I don't know if the camera picks up. There's quite a bit of sand on the road. Especially in the middle of the road, so I'm trying to stay a bit to the side. Anyway, it's not like I'm running fast, but when you if I have to put my foot down, attention. Yeah, my garage, I nearly slipped my garage because I've been parking my car in there. It's like has this bunch of sand. These fit people. Most people smile when they see a motorcycle. They say, oh, if there's a motorcycle, oh, the spring must be here. I won't be going on any too big a ride. Like, I don't know if I'd go out at this temperature all day. Like, it does kind of wear you down. You get cold. I think I'm just going to turn up here. Yeah. And I think my LED turn signals, which you can't buy the bike with them, you have to get them put on. These are the BMW ones. I got a recall notice that they're too small or not bright enough. I find them great, but apparently there's a recall. So anyway, it's no charge to me, so I figure when I bring it in, they'll change them. But you know, the stock ones with the bulbs are fugly. They're cheap looking, plastic. They're like the same on every motorcycle. These cheap, stupid things. These ones are smaller and they're rigid. They don't flop around. Well, I don't see any problem. Yeah. I think actually I was looking at maybe getting a higher seat, because I find my legs are bent a bit. Because this is I think this is the medium seat. I gotta look at the part number actually and check it against the website. I'm pretty sure this is the standard seat is the medium seat. And I can flat foot it easily, so I figure maybe I can add about 10 millimeters or so. It might. What I'd really like is a heated seat. Sargent makes them. But man, the two-piece set for the Sargent seat with the heating is like $1,000 US. That's a lot of coin. At any rate, oh, is that a bike? Ah, be still my heart. What was that? Huh. Yeah, of course he's happy. I've said it before in my videos, you have a sad day, you have a motorcycle, go out on your motorcycle. Bound to lift your spirits. Now this is a scenic Pancor. I'm curious to try one of the newer models of the Boxer, because apparently the shifter, the transmission is a lot less clunkier. Yeah, it's not even It's the quick shifter works better, and apparently the shifter, they changed the, I don't know what they did, magic, but apparently it shifts a lot smoother. I mean, I'm used to this. I wouldn't say it's smooth. I find if you're on the gas, it's really smooth. Quick shifter works beautifully. We'll just turn here. So this year, I did 10,000, almost 11,000 kilometers last year. I'm going to try and do more than that this year. That's where I used to live. Just down there. It was quite a nice little neighborhood. I have a few trips planned. One of the websites I go on is ARS Technica, and they have in their forums, they have a motorcycle forum. And they're doing a meet out near Tail of the Dragon. So, Virginia? Is it Virginia? At any rate, it's like 13 hours of highway from here. I'm planning on doing that, I hope. And spending a couple days over the weekend of June 22nd. Yeah, St. Jean Baptiste here is the 24th, so yeah, so it's a long weekend, so I won't miss work or anything. Just be a long effing drive. But I'm looking forward to that. We can do the Tail of the Dragon, which is apparently the motorcycle road, and these guys on the forum, they're all kinds of different bikes, so it'll be cool to shoot the shit. I'm not that happy about crossing the border, although I'm white, so hopefully I won't get harassed by the Gestapo. I mean the border, whatever they call TSAs at the airport, the security, the border security. But should be good. Besides that, I need to do the gas bay like I thought I would do last year. Instead, I went up to Tadoussac and stuff. So anyway, I got a few trips. And obviously with the BMW club, they do a lot of trips. So, and they split off so the GS guys can go and do some off-roading, and then the road guys stay on the road. So anyway, we'll see. For 30 bucks, I said I couldn't go wrong. They have courses too. They can do... and if I do get a GS, I was heavily looking into a GS with the low suspension. Actually, I would probably try one to see if I needed the low suspension and maybe just a low seat. Try them both, but anyway, it's ridiculous how expensive. Like with the bags, the aluminum cases, I think it's like 33,000 Canadian, 34,000 Canadian, say. That's a fully loaded with the new TFT dash and everything. That's a lot of coin. It's more than my car cost me, or almost as much on my car, pretty much. Anyway, I like my bike. If I wasn't still paying for it, then it'd be a proposition. But it's always like that. You get a bit upside down because you're always going to owe a bit more because of the interest. And if I hated the bike, I would have done it, because I would sort of, screw it, I'll spend the money, but you know, what's the GS going to give me over this? It's going to give me, GS Adventure is going to give me wind protection. So my knees would be protected from the wind, and my body a little bit more with the adjustable windscreen. And if I could put it, you could put even a little taller one. But I'll just put a bigger screen on this one. Man, it's nice. Well, nice out. It's sunny. I'm out on the bike. It's 3. And these are my warmest gloves. These are just my waterproof gloves, and they're, well, my pinky's a bit cold, but that's just, they were all folded up, so I think they're just stretching back a little bit. They're in my saddlebags. But I have really warm ones, but they're quite bulky. They're actually BMW ones, but they are quite bulky. You lose a lot of I don't know, but they work. I mean, I've worn them without the heated grips on my VFR, and I think I left here to go to downtown Montreal. Let's just watch the corner, not just be talking. Oh, love the Boxer. Yeah, I left it was like minus. Well, you look at the weather forecast. It says okay, it's going to go up to 15 degrees today, but I left it was like -4. And yeah, with no heated grips, just thick gloves. Basically, I had about half an hour. After half an hour, it's not safe, I think. Well, I didn't do that again. On this, I've been a few times close to 0. I think even on my big road trip last year, it was about 0. But the Bark Busters, I think that's a good. Or if the GS ones fit on here too, the BMW ones. But I'm pretty sure they're more expensive. So so besides getting the service done and a windscreen, I kind of look at a top case maybe. See if my son wants to start. He's 12. I think he'll just feel a bit. He's never been on one, so I think he'll feel a bit safer if he's got a little backrest. Plus, I can keep all my crap in there. I'm gonna travel. Yeah, see all the snow in it. You can see our delicious price of gas. So times that by 4, and that's your roughly your US. Is it 3.8 a US gallon or 4? Anyways, times it by 4, so almost $5 a gallon. Not cheap. Luckily, this thing is good on gas, and my Focus is really good on gas. Even though it's a sports model. Let's see. We go straight. We can give her a little bit, maybe. Feel the old. Basically, I just wanted to make sure she got warmed up fully. All right, let's go. Yeah. You forget how a motorcycle accelerates. I mean, you know, and then, yeah. I mean, my Focus ST is not like a supercar. It's fairly quick. It's like 0 to 60 in like 6. It'll top out what, 160 miles an hour. Yeah. So I can definitely feel. Like I can feel a little bit of cold air around my thumbs because they don't get as warm. Let's turn that up. Yeah, you're doing 50 kilometers an hour, that's one thing. But when you're doing over 80, 2 degrees, yeah. I think I have a top vent open on my helmet, so I get getting kind of like a little bit of an ice cream headache. Hilarious. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, so nothing's turning green yet. We need a couple of weeks. It's going to be a bit of a late spring. We're like 5 degrees below normal, apparently, around that. Yeah, I definitely feel it on the top of my head. So the ventilation on a Shui GT Air works nice. Ah, there's a bike behind me. Wonder if it's the same guy. Can't really tell. Yeah, it's even with the heated grips. It's like there's a little turbulence underneath the guards. Oh, he's got a passenger. Man, if that's a girl, she loves him because it's freaking cold. Some sort of sport bike. Well, I guess passenger. Well, her chest would be, her torso would be covered because she's behind someone, but... Ooh! And I think I picked the right exhaust. It's not too loud. It's not obnoxious. It just gives a little bit of growl. I don't have my earplugs in too. That's the other thing. I think he's just doing the same thing as me. That guy. Little spring. You can see the water. I don't have many complaints about where I live. Put it that way. That's beautiful. And a week and a half ago, I was in the south of France. It's always kind of weird when you get back from vacation. It wasn't that warm. It was about 15 degrees there, 12 to 15. It was sunny for the most part. So I was staying in between Marseille and Nice in a little village. It was awesome. Well, hopefully the audio was working and everything. I just kind of slapped my GoPro back into the helmet and said, oh, it should be working. Yeah, here there was snow before. See, there's still a little bit of snow. So I didn't go that way. At any rate, hope you enjoyed. I don't know when my next video will be, but should be, I don't know, we'll see when the snow is, if the snow, the weather, that guy's got 2 Harleys, him and hers, yeah. They're bit older than me. She works at the pharmacy. Hello, focus. At any rate, have a great day. Thanks for watching, and Grumpy Man out.